Now the anime I want to talk about today is it's an interesting one because of the main character, what the main character does, and that's Release the Spice. Now I'll give you a little brief backstory about what this is about. So in this anime you have these group of girls, they're ninjas and they protect the city that they live in, and they're fighting this evil organization that's trying to like start stuff up in the city and do bad stuff and stuff like that, whatever. But I digress about what the plot's about. There's more to it because I mean it's just them fighting organization. They're trying to save the city they live in, other stuff like that, whatever. But let's get into the main character. So the main character, her name is Momo, and she basically has heightened senses. So like her 5 senses are like very heightened and they're better than like regular humans. So like her sight is really well, because like the first time we see her sight is like she literally goes down to like the river with her mom, and she happens to see her like across the river. She sees like these people jumping in the air. So like she's seeing stuff that normal people don't see. She can smell really good. But the one thing that she does better than everything else when it comes to her senses is her tongue. Yeah. So basically, if she licks somebody, she basically can like tell their feelings, some of like their deepest, like darkest feelings, stuff like that, secrets, stuff like that in a way, kind of not. Like she can tell stuff about them. Like she can lick somebody and see if they're actually them and not somebody in disguise. She can lick somebody and tell if they're lying and stuff like that. The only thing they never talked about was like touch, so we don't know if her feel and all that and her touch is like actually super like hypersensitive or better than like regular humans, because they never really address that. They just address all the other ones like hearing, seeing, taste and smell. They never say anything about touch. But yeah, like I said, she like literally the first time she meets this group of friends, she literally licks this girl out of nowhere, and I'm like, dog, what?
What? Have you been getting enough sleep lately, May?
Huh? Well, I guess I haven't.
It just seemed like you're feeling a little off to me.
But how did you know that?
When I lick people, I can tell how they're feeling. My tongue's sensitive enough that I could taste how tired you've been lately.
Like, that's the one thing about this anime. I'm like, dog, why is she licking everybody? Like, dog, like, no. Like, I don't care how, like, crazy your senses are. Like, why could it, like, not been, like, if you touch them, like, you can, like, feel something. But no, they had to go with Shorty just lick somebody. Because, like, she'll lick somebody randomly. And it's always random. Like, super random. Like, the other girl that's next to her, she's like, oh, they're looking like, oh, what did you do? But then, like, they tell them, like, she's like, oh, my senses, like, I can, when I lick somebody, I can blah, 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 tell stuff about them. But yeah, that's probably the most wildest thing. And then my favorite character, of course, is Yuki, and she has blue hair, and like she's like the, I guess you'd say like the upperclassman that's training Momo. But Yuki has a dope design. Yes, it's a design that other people have used, like Zoro and all that, and even Rayleigh from One Piece. Like, the one where like the swordsman has like the, the cut, one of their eyes is cut in its clothes type of thing. But still, I feel like that's way more doper when you're in a regular world and not like a fantasy type of world like One Piece is, but a regular world like the world they live in. Yeah, they're ninjas, and they're technically ninja spies because they have a whole bunch of like spy, type of technology and weapons. Kind of reminds me of Totally Spies, like all the weapons they use, because like some of the weapons they use are literally kind of like some Totally Spy type of shit, but they're ninjas instead of spies, but they use spy weapons and gadgets and stuff like that in a way. But yeah,
I'm here.
Oh! Mentor!
Guess he had a bodyguard then.
That woman's...
But yeah, when it comes to Yuki's design, I really like it because it's just, like I said, it's not in no fantasy world. And one, she's in like a school setting. Imagine seeing somebody just with their eye, like with a slash right there, and like they look super cool. Like, I just like her design. I just feel like it's a very dope design just for somebody just normal to have. Yeah, she is, like I said, a ninja slash spy type of thing, whatever they are, but still. And she does work at a dojo, and she is part of a dojo too. Like, so there's that too. But at the same time, it's a really dope design. And there's one point in the anime where she opens the eye because she releases all her power, and oh, it was dope. It made me just think of like, oh, when Zoro finally does that, it'll probably be dope. But yeah, that, like, she was probably the dopest character in here. There is like one other thing that happens in here. I guess I'll mention another character because there's, like I said, there's a whole group of them, but there's only certain characters I really care about that much. But another one is May. Now, May, when it comes to her, they try and pull like a double agent type of thing in the anime, more like a triple agent, I guess you could say, because she basically, towards like a certain point in the anime, she backstabs a lot of people. Like, she takes out certain people because like we think that Yuki dies, and like another girl with blonde hair with glasses, we think she dies too, because like basically May takes them out, and it just seems like she betrayed all of them in the way she's sucking up to like the boss of the, the organization, because like she's basically playing like a triple agent, because one, she's trying to fool her, like fool all the people that she's friends with, and then she's trying to fool the organization while also still working for, you know, the same crew, because she didn't tell nobody about it but like one girl, like the one main girl that works in the restaurant, and then eventually she's gonna tell like the other girl, like before like she basically pushes her in the ocean and basically fakes like she kills her. But there is her, and she was interesting. Then you have this one girl, and I think her name's like Goey, whatever, and she's supposed to be like the strongest one out of all of them, because like she's like because they have ranks of like how high they are with ninjas. She's supposed to be like the strongest one, and there's at one point she gets controlled by like this poison, like this, I guess, this gas, and she's kind of like wrecking havoc on all the rest of them. But all in all, Release the Spyce was really interesting. I like the vibe and aesthetic of it. I love all the colors, the different colors and shades that they have in the anime. It's a pretty cool, dope anime. Also saw a thing that the creator of Akame Kill like worked on some of this or something like that. When I was looking up information about the creator of Akame Kill for like his new series, I kind of saw that he worked on this, and that's really interesting that he worked on this. I just found that like interesting, because I mean, you know, like what he, you know, with Akame Kill with swordsman and all that, it wouldn't surprise me if he actually did work on this, because I saw like little credits for this anime and I was like, oh, that's interesting. But yeah, if you've seen Release the Spyce, let me know how you feel about it. If you've not seen, you should check it out. It's a pretty chill anime. Like I said, they're kind of spy slash ninjas, and like I said, Yuki has a really dope design. I do not care. That design was amazing and fire. But also there's the evil organization, like the one boss lady. Like her thing is hilarious, because like for majority of the episodes we never see her face, like for so long, until they finally show it. It was funny, even though in the opening they show her face. It was funny the way they did that. But pretty dope anime. I'm happy I did buy this on Blu-ray, because I enjoyed it. It was just, like I said, Momo, dog, her basically having that lick thing is still the wildest thing. Like her senses were all like super like good, except for touch, because they never said anything about touch unless I missed it, wasn't paying attention. But still, her licking people to basically feel their feelings and other type of stuff is so wild, because like she does it randomly. Like when they like, bro, like this will be the last thing, bro, when she literally when they literally kidnapped the one lady, because like they're trying to get her because they know she's the boss of the evil organization, out of nowhere she just straight up licks her, and she's like, yeah, she's lying.
Pardon my boldness, but she's totally full of it right now.
It's no use playing dumb.
She's lying about this, and I was like, dog, why? Like, why? And then like when she reunites with Yuki, she licks Yuki, and she's like, yeah, this is the real Yuki. And I'm like, ugh. I was like, this is so out of pocket. I'm like, dog, why are you licking all these people? Like, dog, you know how unsanitary that is. Like, if imagine if a girl come up to you and just lick you and is like, oh, I can tell how old you are, all this type of information and stuff, I'd be like, dog, what are you doing? But yeah, Release the Spyce is a really good anime. It's chill. Like I said, Yuki has an amazing design, but it is hella wild though. But if you're new, why not subscribe? If you enjoyed the video, why not like? If you didn't, you could dislike, subscribe, you really enjoyed. But yes, Release the Spyce is a very wild anime though. But thank you for watching. I'll see you next video though. Bye!